about attachment style and finances. Woo, 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 woo. My favorite topics combined. So, finances and attachment style. So, attachment style is the way you attach to people. It's learned from your childhood and from your first caregivers. Our first caregivers are most of the time our parents. So the people who we develop our first relationship with. And depending on their own attachment style and the way they attach to us and the way they behave and the way they treat us, we develop attachment styles in order to secure our survival. There are 4 different attachment styles. The one is secure. The one is secure, which means first, the one is secure, the one is disorganized, another one is anxious, and another one is avoidant. And I had a disorganized attachment style, which is a combination of the anxious and the avoidant, and I developed a more secure attachment style. So I feel very qualified to talk about all 4 of them because I have experienced all kind of like the reactions an anxious person has, the reactions an avoidant person has, the reaction a disorganized person has, and the reaction a secure person has. So that's why I feel qualified to talk about it, and it is such a cool topic and it's life-changing. So stay tuned and stay on. Smoothie. So I always had this desire to launch a business, and I had multiple like business ideas or things I wanted to start, and that I started, and I never really saw a financial success. And I was like, I'm smart, I'm doing cool things, why is nothing working? And I was wondering, and I started to do inner work around the topic of finances, and I realized I'm working on my finances, but my relationships are glowing. They're up leveling every single day. And I'm like, that is very interesting. That is very interesting. What is the connection between my attachment style, my way of having and handling relationships, and my finances? So for example, one thing that was, I was so scared of money running out. And I was so scared of dying. I literally had such an intense fear of dying and of money running out. And I was like, I always thought that has to do with money. But I realized, no, it has to do with my attachment style. My fear of abandonment was showing up in my finances. I needed to hold on to money because I was so scared that it's never going to come back to me and that I'm going to be abandoned and therefore going to die. Because when we feel secure, which means we feel safe and we had the ability to always go back to a safe place, which means secure attachment style. So secure attachment style means that our parents, our first caregivers, were a source of safety. So when something was happening in our life, we could go to them and they will help us to go through these stressful situations. So for example, another child in my childhood were mean to me or had problems with my teacher. If I had the ability to go home, talk to my parents about it, they were like regulating me, they were hugging me, they were loving me, they were supporting me, then we had a secure attachment figure, so we could securely attach them. Securely attached people know that they have a safe place to go home, therefore they're quite adventurous and brave because they know they can always fall on their parents. And we all have heard the word safe haven. If we had a safe haven at home in our childhood, we developed a secure attachment style. We developed a trust in people. We know that we can trust people. We know that we can rely on people. We know that people are going to be there for us in states of need. And our survival is secured because we have secure attachment figures who are always going to be there for us, who are always going to be providing for us. We just have this feeling. I remember somebody telling me that her father, when she was like jumping from like a higher, I don't know, like not a roof, but just like a high thing, he was always catching her. So she had like zero fear that to do all of these things because he was always there to catch her. And this is the way she grew up. There was always somebody who catches her. If something was happening, she would fall on a warm and safe place. Therefore, she developed the secure attachment style. And because she had a secure attachment style, all of her relationships mirrored that to her because she attracted securely attached people as well. So, as you can see, her parents laid the ground foundation for her to have healthy attachments, healthy relationships, healthy connections in the future. If we had parents who were most of the time like taking care of our needs, but sometimes they just did not have the resources, they didn't do it, then we develop an anxious attachment style. Anxious attachment style means I am never 100% sure if I can rely on you because sometimes you're there, sometimes you're not. And because of that, we develop a fear of abandonment. For example, if our parents gave us a silent treatment and they were really kind to us and they were there for us, and then we did something they didn't like, and now they decided to not talk to me for 2 weeks. For example, they didn't say hello, they didn't say goodbye, they didn't take care of me. Then I developed a fear of abandonment. Even though they were there for me before that, then they gave me the silent treatment, I'm in a state of highly activation because my survival is threatened if my attachment figure is not responding to me, because I know subconsciously that I am dependent, my survival is dependent on my parents. So I'm gonna be in an anxious state, and even though afterwards they're gonna talk to me again, now I need to behave 100% correctly, otherwise they are gonna be abandon me again. So that's how people pleasing is being created. Now I try to do everything perfectly in order to never be abandoned again, in order to secure my survival. Then we have the avoidant attachment style. The avoidant attached person is somebody who has been quite neglected and therefore decided that I don't need anyone. So parents who consistently cannot be able to meet people's, like their children's needs, create people with avoidant attachment styles. So often my needs didn't get met that I decided I don't need anyone. I don't need you, I don't need anyone, I can do anything myself. These are people, or these are women who become super self-reliant, super independent, and you just give up the vibe, I don't need you. It is not that they don't need you. It is that they decided that they can't rely on anyone. They decided that people are untrustworthy and that their way of securing their survival was doing everything themselves. These are often very highly skilled people because they needed to develop the skill set in order to survive, in order to basically go on with life, because their caregivers were people who were not reliable to get their needs met. These are often women who are very controlling because they couldn't trust, they couldn't relax and lean back because there was nobody to lean back on. It was not like the secure attachment who there was always somebody who took care of them. So more neglected people are people who are becoming avoidant, and they're convinced that they don't need anyone and they can do things themselves. And then we have the disorganized attachment style. This is a recurring pattern when we experience some kind of abuse. So if our caregivers, who we are dependent on for survival, instead of safety, like the children who develop a secure attachment style, are a state of threat to us, we develop a disorganized attachment style because now we have an internal conflict. First, I want to stay safe, and because my caregiver is a threat, I try to protect myself. The other thing is, I am dependent on this person who is the threat to survive. So that is an internal conflict. And that's why no matter in which direction we go, we're always hitting a conflict. So when I decide no, so when the person is far away, like the caregiver, my anxious attachment style is going to be activated from people with a disorganized attachment style because we're scared of getting abandoned and not being taken care of, and our needs are not going to be met. But on the other hand, when I'm close, I'm scared that I'm getting abused. I'm scared that I'm not going to survive. So closeness means I'm scared that I'm going to be abused, and distance means I'm scared that I'm going to be neglected. So those people live in a constant state of hyperactive attachment system because closeness means threat and distance means threat. So they're constantly in a pull-push dynamic, and their relationships can look quite messy. I'm not talking from experiences. And so these kind of people have never experienced a safe and secure environment because the people they were relying on for their survival was their threat. Let me say it again. A secure person, when a secure person with like a secure attachment figures. So let's call her Celine. Celine has parents who, when whatever is happening, she always can rely on them. She knows that they're always going to be there for them. She trusts them to be there for them, and she knows whatever is happening, she can go to them. They're gonna like hug her, love her, support her. That is Celine. Then we have Maria. Maria, she's getting abused at home. She's getting hurt at home. She's gonna be threatened at home. She's really scared of her caregivers. So these are their situations. Now Celine has a problem with her teacher. Her teacher is very unfair, is not kind to her. And Maria has a problem with her teacher. What is going to be their reactions? Celine, it's difficult for her, but she just goes home, tells it her parents hug her, love her, make sure that she feels safe, and now they either look for a solution and help her to learn to communicate and cope with whatever the teacher is doing, or the parents are gonna go up to the teacher and solve the conflict. And Celine feels very secure and safe because she is secure and safe. Maria has the same situation. Maria is really scared of her parents, so now she's gonna be even more scared of her teacher. She can't go to her parents because you wouldn't go with a problem to a person you're scared of and who you feel threatened by. So what she's gonna do? She's gonna be like looking for help in a panic mode. She's gonna be helpless because she is helpless in this situation. She can't really go to her parents, to her first caregivers, because they're a source of danger. She can't really go to the teacher because she's scared of the teacher as well, because that's what she learned. She learned that adults are very scary and that they want to hurt her. So what she's going to do, she's going to be panicking, she's going to be helpless, she's going to be freezing, she's in survival mode, she's constantly being stressed. Now she has a lot of stress at home and in school. So she's constantly being in a state of hyperactivation, survival mode, and panic. Now, Selena and Maria are going to grow up. Now, both of them are adults. Who do you think has better relationships, Maria or Celine? Celine has learned that people are safe to trust. So she is gonna go with an open heart, with an open mind, and a healthy way of communicating, because that's what her parents taught her, to other people and into other relationships. And she has great relationships experiences. She attracts great people. If conflicts is gonna come up, she knows how to communicate it. If she has any kind of problems in her life, she knows I can rely on my parents to help me to solve it. She has this healthy ability to trust people, that they're going to be there for her. She's not going to be like super suspicious or anxious all the time. She has healthy relationships because her parents taught her what it means to have healthy relationships. Then we have Maria. Maria is going to be scared. She's going to get into relationships and she's going to be scared. She's going to be scared that people want to hurt her. She's going to be scared. By the way, I just recorded a video about stop being scared about getting hurt, and check it out. It's going to be in the bio. And then wait, what? Now I'm out. And then Celine, she's gonna get into relationships and she's gonna be so scared of getting hurt, because that's what she learned. She learned that people who are the closest to her, who would actually love her, are the ones who abuse her the most, who are threatening her survival the most. So she desires good relationships, right? Because she experienced terrible relationships most of her childhood. But she's not a person who's able to have healthy relationships because nobody taught her, and her whole body is in a state of fight or flight, survival mode, and hyperactive attachment style. So what is she gonna do? She's gonna get into relationships and need to protect herself. She's gonna get into relationships and being scared of getting hurt, being scared of getting abused. She really craves intimacy, but her body is protecting her because intimacy always meant being abused and being threatened. So why would now your body and your subconscious mind and your brain allow you to get that close? And the other thing is, even though she desires closeness, she cannot have it because she needs to push it away in order to feel safe and secure. She doesn't have an internal state of safety because she never was safe. She literally never was safe. Even though she might now not live at her parents' house anymore, even though she is not helpless and powerless against her parents because she's now an adult, she still feels this helplessness. She still feels this panic in a lot of situations because that's her default system. So now you see these kind of different ways. Now, both of them want to earn more money. They want to grow their business. Business means helping people. Who do you think is going to have easier time? Business means working together with other human beings. Who do you think has a better time? Business means having to work with authorities like the government, like taxes, like all the things. Who do you think is going to have an easier time? Who do you think is going to have an easier time with finances? So as you can see, our attachment style, and this is just for secure and disorganized, which are the most polarized. Anxious and avoidant is a little bit easier than disorganized, but still can have a lot of difficulties. So a secure attachment style is the base ground in order to have any kind of financial success or financial well-being, because when we are feeling safe and secure, we can make smart moves, we can do smart moves, we can ask the right questions. But when I desire to have a mentor, when I desire to have clients, and I'm also scared of them because that's what I learned, people are scary, people are dangerous, people are a threat to my survival, then how can I do that? So I hope for everyone, this video is showing you why, especially as female entrepreneurs, in our work and working on ourselves, our beliefs, and healing is so vital and is so important. And I know that not everyone has a disorganized attachment style watching this video. If you have a secure one, let's go. But this is just a symbol for what it means and how our internal emotional program states can block us in order to do the business transactions, to receive the finances, to do all the things. This is just what I have personally realized for myself, and where I have had positive breakthroughs, and I am having more and more positive breakthroughs. And yes, as well, finances just means I am communicating my needs and I'm getting them met, right? I'm communicating, I want to get paid this and this, and then I get it met and I get paid. Who do you think is going to feel more safe to communicate her needs, aka getting paid? The one with the secure attachment style who learned that it's safe to communicate her needs, or the one with a disorganized, avoidant, or anxious attachment style who didn't feel safe to communicate her needs? Who do you think is gonna ask for more money? The one who's scared that if she asks for more, she's gonna get abused and hurt, or the one who feels safe and secure in her body and who she always had positive reactions about getting her needs met and asking for more. That does not mean that her parents always gave her more, but that does mean that when she asked for more, it was still safe to ask for more. And this is something we can need to learn. So we're not helpless. So a really good book about that is the book Attached, where I received a lot of knowledge about attachment styles. And the other things I just talked about is just personal experience and a lot of healing I received, and I'm very grateful too. And what do I want to say? Yeah, attachment. So this is the connection how our inner work and our inner healing has to do with finances and has to do with money. And I just realized like the past year, I am working on my inner work on finances, and I saw so many positive effects doing that. Like my relationships were just growing and glowing and just becoming more and more amazing and better. And yeah, I attracted some really cool, really amazing, really healthy people into my life, and I am so thankful. I feel very like blessed. I feel very supported. I feel very just thankful for the people in my life who have supported and loved and cherished and me so much in the last months especially. And that's why that's why I think it's gonna be so cool to share more finance things here on this channel, because I am gonna start finance topic from the inside out. Finance is what it has to do with emotions and emotional programming and beliefs. And I'm just doing the work myself, and I was like, it would be too sad to not share it and to see then the development I have myself, and I can share with you my successes here online. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a playlist with finances, and I'm gonna just share whatever I'm learning right now. I'm just sharing with you. You can take it what you think is good, you can leave the rest, and you will see where I am in a year, where I am in 2 years. And it's gonna be so cool to see step by step what I did, how I did it, and what I learned by doing it. I will definitely also have some kind of videos about financial literacy, so more the masculine part of finances, like investing, like managing our money. And I'm gonna have experts coming on this channel. I'm gonna see who God sends me, but I'm excited to do that. And yeah, so these are the plans I'm having. I am not saying how and when, and I don't know, I'm doing it, but I will do it, and I will be so excited doing so. And this is the video for today. I hope you really liked it. I think this is one of the most valuable videos I have ever done in my life. I'm saying that with all the confidence I have, because this changed my life personally from really terrible to really great in a very short period of time. And I believe that everyone who has the knowledge can help and serve people in a way that they have never done before, and can improve their own life, relationships, and finances in a way they have never experienced before. I have also created a workbook around the topic of confidence. This is a workbook that helps us rewire our brains, helps us changing our beliefs, helps us believing more in our abilities and becoming more confident, because I believe that investing in our confidence pays off always, and that a little bit of more confidence can make a huge amount of difference in our results, in our lives, and in the way we act. Therefore, I created this cool workbook that is a PDF. You can either use it on your iPad or print it and do it on paper. It is equipped with cool journal prompts, which help us to change the way we think about ourselves, affirmations, which help us to reprogram our thought patterns, our default setting, and our subconscious mind, and with exercises that help us to become more confident, be more confident, and start putting it into action. If you're interested in it, the link is going to be in the bio. And if you're a man or you're a woman who wants to gift her friend something, a gift that actually pays off, we are having now gift cards available for you to buy. So you can buy the gift card, and therefore the woman who you love, who is dear to your heart, can just buy whatever from our store, whatever she desires. For example, the confidence workbook. And I believe that this is a gift that really pays off, that really can make all the difference in someone's lives, and a gift that has a long-term positive effect in people's lives, and that can change them from the inside out. So if you're somebody who desires to do something good for your girlfriend, sister, wife, mom, aunt, whomever, then this is the perfect way to gift a gift that pays off. So I'm also starting a course on the topic of confidence where we're gonna be doing the workbook all together. I'm gonna have some Q&A sessions and some really cool course videos and modules. The link is also gonna be in the bio as soon as it is available on my website. My website is gonna be, or is feminineandrich.de. Yeah, feminineandrich.de. And yes, I am excited to see you in the next video. I hope you really liked this video. If you did so, please write in the comments your #1 takeaway from this video. Subscribe to this channel to see more of these valuable, life-changing videos that can transform our lives, that can transform your life, and that can make all the difference. I am so happy and excited, and I love you, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.